Assalamualaikum students. I'm your physics teacher from iWise School. First of all, I like to share some instruction. You must have your textbooks in front of you and take a screenshot of every slide that will be shared. So student, today we were doing or solving some numericals of chapter number 4, motion and force. So students, let's take a review of all the formulas that were discussed in this chapter. So first of all, we have discussed the force, and the formula of the force is F is equals to ma. Or we can use the similar formula for finding the mass, that is m is equals to F over a, and we can also find the acceleration by using this formula, and the formula will become a is equals to F over m. Now the formula of the weight is W is equals to mg, where W stand for weight, m stand for mass, and a stand for g stand for acceleration due to gravity, and it's a constant value. Its value is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. So again, we have discussed case number 1, when two bodies connected by a string passing over a frictionless pulley and these bodies moving vertically. So the acceleration for the two bodies is given by the formula which you can see on your sides, and tension of these two bodies are given by the formula T is equals to 2m1 m2 multiplied by g divided by m1 plus m2. These are the two formula which we are using in a case number 1. Now, when we proceed further, so we have discussed the second case in which the two bodies are moving on a frictionless surface, and one body is moving horizontally while the other is moving vertically. And the acceleration for these two bodies is given by the formula A is equals to m1g divided by m1 plus m2. Now, the tension of these two bodies is given by the formula m2 m1g divided by m1 plus m2. Next is friction. So friction, for the formula of the friction can be given as Fs, represent the force of a friction, is equals to mu r. That symbol is known as the coefficient of a friction. Okay, and we can also use the similar formula as Fs is equals to mu mg. We replace r by mg, as r is the normal reaction, or we can say that it's a weight of a block. So we replace R by the formula of a weight, that is R is equals to mg, or we can say W is equals to mg. Okay. Now when we again student, remember that thing that we have discussed equation of motion in chapter number 3, that is kinematics, but in these numericals in the chapter number 4 we also use these equations again. Okay, so do you remember what are these equations? The first equation of motion is Vf is equals to Vi plus At, where Vf represent the final velocity, Vi represent initial velocity, A stand for acceleration, and T stand for time. Now the second equation of motion is S is equals to Vit plus half At square. And the third equation of motion is 2As is equals to Vf square minus Vit square. Remember it that Vf stand for final velocity and Vi stand for initial velocity. Now we are moving toward the numerical number 4.1. Okay, so this is the numerical. And first I read it. Determine the acceleration of a car of mass 900 kg when a net force of 2700 Newton act on it. So student, first we make the data, and in a data we collect all the given values. So mass is given, that is 900 kilogram, and force is given, that is 2700 Newton. Okay. So in a data, the second thing which we required is required quantity. So here acceleration is asked to find. So we have to find the acceleration. Now can you guess that which formula we can use in this numerical to solve this numerical? Yes, we can use, according to the Newton's second law of motion, we have F is equals to ma, and in this formula, by using this formula we can find the acceleration. And how we find it? We just going to arrange the formula. And why we arrange? Because the required quantity acceleration, so it's a rule that we have to place the required quantity on the one side of the equation and the remaining quantities on the other side of the equation. So here we have to find the acceleration. So we don't move the acceleration, we don't shift the acceleration from this side. What we have to shift? We have to shift the mass from this side to the other side. So we m is multiplied by the accelerations, and by the shiftment on the other side, this mass will be divided by the force, and it will become F divided by m. So the equation will become A is equals to F over m. Now by putting the value of force, that is 2700 Newton, and the value of mass, that is 900 Newton, and by dividing these two constant number, we get 3 meter per second squared, which is your answer, required answer. Okay, I hope you will understand it and take a screenshot of every slide because it helps you to do your fair work. Now, the second numerical is numerical 4.4. And the question is, a force of 120 Newton act on a stationary body for 4 seconds, and the body acquires a velocity of 36 meter per second. Calculate the mass of the body. So first we again make a data, and in a data we collect all the given values first. So by under the heading of a given, we will write that force is given, that is 120 Newton. And remember it that in a question they have told you that a force of 120 Newton act on a stationary body. So what does it mean, a stationary body? It means that the initially body is at rest. So by seeing these words, we can write that the initial velocity is equals to 0 meter per second square. Remember student that it is not given in a numerical, and what we have in a numerical, we have that a force of 120 Newton act on a stationary body. It's mean that initially a body is at rest, and it gives us that the initial velocity of the body is 0 meter per second. Now, at for how much time the force act on that body is 4 seconds. So the time will become 4 seconds. And the body acquires a velocity of 36 meter per second. So this is the final velocity. Okay. So first initial velocity is 0 and the final velocity will become 36 meter per second. Now, final velocity is 36 meter per second. Now the required quantity is mass, because they have asked calculate the mass of the body. So mass is, we have to find. Now to find the solution of this numerical, first we have to find the acceleration. So for finding the acceleration, we use first equation of motion. So student, can you tell me that why we are not using the equation of second law of equation, that is F is equals to ma? Do you know that why we are not using it? Because force is given and mass is given. Mass is not given and acceleration is also not given. That's why we cannot use the Newton's second law of motion, that is F is equals to ma, right now, because the two quantities are unknown. Which one? Mass and acceleration. They both quantities are unknown. So that's why we cannot use the second law of motion. So we are going to find, yes, we are going to use first equation of motion, that is Vf is equals to Vi plus At. Vf is equals to Vi plus At. This is the standard form of first equation of motion, and now we are going to arrange it because we have to find the acceleration. So we don't move the acceleration and we shift all the other quantities on the other side. So Vf is already on the left hand side and we shift Vi from the right side to the left side, and it will become minus Vi. And we also going to shift T, that is time, on the from the right hand side to left hand side. And as you see that it multiply with the acceleration A, so by shifting it on the left hand side, it will divide with the expression Vf minus Vi. So this is the final form which we are going to use for, from the first equation of motion. Okay, now by putting the values of Vf is 36 and Vi is 0. As I told you that the body is initially at a stationary condition. Now by putting the value of a time t, that is 4 seconds, and on the solution by solving it, 36 divided by 4, we will get 9 meter per second square. Okay, so this is the acceleration which we have find. Okay, now we can find mass by using the second law of equation. Now we can find mass. Initially we cannot find it because we don't have the acceleration at that time, but now we have the acceleration, so now we can use the second law of motion, that is F is equals to ma. And as I told you that we have to find the mass, so we arrange the formula. And how we arrange it? We just shift the quantity acceleration from the right side to left side, and it will be divided by the force, and the formula will become m is equals to f over a. Now by putting the values, we will get the answer, that is 13.3 kilogram, and always remember to write the unit in the answer. Okay, so take a screenshot. Next we are moving toward the next numerical. Now, the second numerical is numerical number 4.3. A bullet of mass 50 gram traveling with a speed of 15 meter per second penetrate into a bag of sand and is uniformly brought to rest in 0.05 second. Now, uniformly brought to rest, what does it mean? It's mean that its final velocity becomes 0. Okay. Now, in these numerical, we are going to find the two quantities. In the first part, we are going to find the acceleration with which the bullet will penetrate into the bag of sand, and in the second part, we are going to find the force exerted by the sand. So here we have to find the two quantities. They were asked us to find the two quantities. We make the data, and in a data mass is given, that is 50 gram. And remember student, that we or in a numerical, when we are solving a numerical, we are using the SI units, and if we don't have any SI unit, so we have to change it in the SI unit, and then we can use it. So the mass is given in a gram, so we have to change it in the kilogram. Okay, so the initial velocity is 15 meter per second and final velocity becomes 0. As I told you that they have they have write in a numerical that the uniformly brought to rest, it's mean its final velocity will become 0, and the time is given, that is 0.05 second. Now the required quantity is, in a first part what we have to find, acceleration, and in a second part we have to find the force. So, to find the acceleration, we used first equation of motion. Whenever we use the equations of motions, remember student that it's depend upon the given data, that what we can use to find that value. Okay, Vf is equals to Vi plus At. Vf, so we have to change the formula, or we can see we can say that we have to arrange the formula. Okay, so the formula will become Vf minus Vi. As you say that Vi is add on that quantity, so by shifting it on the other side, the sign will be changed and it will become Vi. And as you can see that a acceleration and time are multiplied with each other, so by shifting it on the other side, we will divide it on the expression Vf minus Vi. So please divide by the expression Vf minus Vi. So this is the final form of the formula which we are going to use. By putting the values, we will find that minus 15 is divided by 0.05. And after the simplification, after the solving these values, the answer is minus 300 meter per second square. And remember student that you can see that we have a negative sign in the answer. And this negative sign show that the acceleration is deceleration. Do you remember what is deceleration? We have studied in detail in a chapter 3 kinematics. And I am going to repeat it, that what is deceleration? If the velocity is decreasing, then the acceleration is said to be deceleration. Okay, so the negative sign show that the acceleration is deceleration. So remember it. And now we are moving toward the next quantity, to find the next quantity, or we can say that the second part of the question or the numerical, which is to find force. We use equation of Newton's first law of motion, Newton's second law of motion, that is F is equals to ma. First, we convert mass into kilogram. Always remember that in a numericals, we have to use the values in the fundamental form unit. And if the unit are not in a SI unit, then we have to change it. So the SI unit of the mass is kilogram, not a gram. So first we have to change gram into kilogram. Okay, I hope you will understand that why we are changing a unit, because we have to use the unit in the SI unit, because we have to use SI unit. So gram is not the SI unit of a mass, and the SI unit of mass is kilogram. So we change it. And as you know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. So we have to divide 50 by the 1000, and the answer is 0.05 kilogram. And why we divide it? Why we do not multiply it by the 1000? Because we are moving from the smaller unit to a greater unit. Okay, gram is a smaller unit and kilogram is a greater unit, and we are moving from the smaller unit to greater unit. So we will divide it by 1000. Okay. Now we are using the formula F is equals to ma, and by putting the value of mass and acceleration, we get force, that is minus 15 Newton. And remember student that we again have a negative sign, and this negative sign show that the force is the opposing force. Okay, this negative sign show that this is the opposing force because it is stopped the bullet. That's why we call it opposing force. And acceleration is also in a negative sign. Acceleration also have a negative sign, and which show that it is a deceleration. Okay. Now the next numerical is 4.5. A gun of mass 20 kilogram fires a bullet of mass 50 gram with a velocity of 200 meter per second. So calculate the velocity of the recoil of the gun. So do you remember what does it mean by recoil? Recoil means the backward movement of the gun. So first we going to collect the data, and in a data we have to find the given values. Okay, student, remember one thing, that in this numerical, two things are used, and the data is also given according to these two objects. The first one is the gun, and the second one is the bullet. So the mass of the gun is also given, and the mass of the bullet is also given, and the velocity of the gun and bullet is also given. So be careful to make the data. So mass of the gun is I represent it by M, and we write G for the gun. So if whenever I write mg, it's mean it is a mass of a gun. So mass of a gun is 20 kilogram, and we write it here. And the velocity of the gun before fire is ug. And remember it that G stand for gun. So the velocity of the gun before fire is 0 meter per second. And why it is 0? Remember it that when the bullet is inside the gun, so the velocity of the bullet is 0. Okay, and the velocity of the gun is also 0. And when the bullet is fired, then its velocities are changes. Now the mass of the bullet is given, that is 50 gram, and we again change this kilogram into kilogram. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to divide 50 grams by the 1000, and the answer is 0.05. Now, the velocity of the bullet before fire is represented by UV. Remember it that velocity of the gun before fire is also represented by U, and it represented by UG. And velocity of the bullet before fire is also represented by UB, and B stand for bullet. And it is and the both velocity before fire is 0 meter per second. As I told you that when the bullet is inside the gun, its velocity is equals to 0. Okay. Now, when the bullet is fired, so the velocity of the bullet is become 200 meter per second, and the symbol which we are going to use is VB. Now, after fire, we use a symbol VB. Before fire, we use a symbol UG and UB. So remember it. Okay, sir. Now we are moving toward the required quantity, and the required quantity is velocity of recoil of the gun. Do you remember what is recoil? Recoil means backward movement of the gun. and VG. VG represent the velocity of the gun after fire. Okay, remember it. So we have given mass of the gun. They have given us the velocity of the gun before fire, because it is understood that they both are at a rest position before the firing, and the mass of the bullet is 50 gram, which is changed into the 0.05 kilogram. And velocity of the bullet before fire is also 0, and velocity of the bullet after fire is 200 meter per second. Now the velocity of recoil of the gun is with the required quantity which we need to find. Okay, so we are moving toward the solution, and class remember it that this numerical is related to the law of conservation of numerical. So sorry, law of conservation of momentum. So first we are going to find the expression of the total momentum before fire. And how we make it? We, as you know, that we require a total momentum. So how we make it total? Find the expression of a total momentum. First, we have to find the momentum of a gun and add it with the momentum of the bullet. So mgug is the momentum of the gun, and mbub is the momentum of the bullet. And why we add it? Because we are going to find the total momentum before fire. Okay. So the mass of the gun is 20, and mass of the bullet, mass of the gun, sorry, velocity of the gun before fire is 0. And mass of the bullet is 0.05, and velocity of the bullet is also 0. So as you see that 0 is multiplied by the quantity, so the expression, the answer of the expression is again become the 0. So how we find the total momentum before fire? The total momentum of the gun plus total momentum of the bullet. Okay. Now what we are going to find? We are going to find the total momentum after fire. And after fire will be given as mgvg plus mbvb. Remember student that total momentum before fire, we are using a symbol u for the velocities, and now we are using a symbol v for the velocities because it is the momentum after fire. Now, so the mgvg is the momentum of the gun and after fire, and mbvb is the momentum of the bullet after fire. Now we are putting the values, and we don't have a velocity of Vg, or we can say that velocity of the gun, velocity of the recoil of the gun. So because this is the quantity which we have to find it. So we don't place any value, we remain it as a symbol, and by putting all the values and on the multiplication we get this expression. Now according to the law of conservation, what the law said, according to the statement of the law, total momentum before fire is equal to total momentum after fire. So first we have to write the total momentum before fire, and the total momentum before fire, the answer of the total momentum before fire is 0. So we write 0 here, and the total momentum after fire is, but we get an expression that is 20 Vg plus 10. This is the expression of the law of conservation momentum. Now, by using this expression, we are going to find the velocity of the gun, velocity of the recoil of the gun. And how we find it? We shift the 10 on the left hand side and it will become minus 10, and again we shift 20 from the right hand side to the left hand side and it will be divided by the 10, and the answer will become minus 0.5 meter per second. Okay. Now this is, I think you will understand that numerical, it is a difficult one, but when you repeat it again and again, then you will understand it. So take a screenshot of this type. It will be helpful for you. And always remember to write the unit in the answer. It's very important. Now, we are moving toward the next numerical, and this is numerical number 4.7. In this numericals, the two bodies A and B are attached to the end of a string which passes over a pulley so that they hang vertically. If the mass of the body is 4 kg, find the mass of a body A. Now, here you have to be very careful that the which move up with an acceleration of 0.5 meter per second square. So student, You have to be very careful here because they were asking you to find the mass of a body A which move up. So which one will be body A? The body which is moving up. Remember it that M2 is moving on the upside. So we select it as a body A because in a question they have given us that find the mass of a body A which move up. So we select that this is a body A and the other one is a body B. Okay, now we are going to make a data. And in our data, first we select the given material, and that is mass of a body B, that is M1, and next acceleration is 0.5 meter per second square. So mass of the body, what we have to find, we have to find the mass of a body A, that is M2. Now, for to solve this problem, we are using the acceleration of a case 1 because both the bodies are moving vertically. So we are using this formula, and by putting the values what we get this form, and we don't the M2 is the required quantity, so we don't write any value in place of M2. And in the next step what we are doing, we are just doing a cross multiplication. And do you remember what is cross multiplication? The denominator of the right hand side will multiply with the numerator of the left hand side, and the denominator of the left hand side is multiplied with the numerator of the right hand side. So here we don't have any denominator, or we can say that we have 1 as a denominator. So we move it. Now, by putting the values, what we get that we multiply 0.5 by the 4, it becomes 2, and then again we multiply 0.5 by M2, it will become 0.5 M2. Now 4 is multiplied by the 10 and it becomes 40 minus M2 is multiplied by the 10 M2. 0.5. Now we arrange in this step what we are doing, we just arrange the like term, that is 0.5 M2 and 10 M2. These are two the like terms, so we arrange it, and 40 minus 2, these are the two constant values, so we also arrange it on the one side. Now by adding the 0.5 and 10, it will become 10.5, and subtracting these two constant number, we get 38, and by the solution we get the answer, that is 3.61 kilogram. Okay, numerical 4.8. A rectangular block of mass 4 kilogram on the top of a metal surface. The coefficient of the friction between the box and the metal surface is 0.2. What force parallel to the surface is needed to move the block? So mass is given, that is 4 kilogram, and coefficient of friction is also given, that is 0.2. And remember student that this coefficient of friction do not have any value. Why did do not have value? It, this coefficient of friction do not have any unit. Why it doesn't have any unit? Because it is the ratio of two similar quantity. That's why it doesn't have any unit. Okay. So in our data, the given values are mass, that is 4 kilogram, coefficient of friction is 0.2, and G stand for the acceleration due to gravity, and we take it 10 meter per second square. The acceleration due to gravity will be taken as 9.8 and 10 meter per second square. So the required is the force of friction, and we are going to use the formula of a friction, that is F is equals to mu R or F is equals to mu mg. We can use these two formula, and it depends upon the values which are given in the numerical. So by putting the value of the coefficient of friction, mass and acceleration due to gravity, the answer is 8 Newton. I hope you will understand it. Take a screenshot of every slide and complete all the numericals which is given on page number 69. This is your home task. Okay, so this is all from my side.